You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, we have got hot spoilers as Salem cools off this fall, including murderous antics, Rachel Black spiraling, Chad fighting, hospital horror, big returns. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. These fall updates are going to blow your socks off, so hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and let's dive in. All right, let's talk about some dark turns on the NBC soap, including murder and mayhem for Halloween. There's always something wicked coming to Salem for the holiday, and this year's Great Pumpkin Day is no exception. It looks like there's a slasher on the loose that could attack Alex, Kat, and Chad, and with Marlena having weird nightmares and a past as the Salem stalker, let's hope it's not her. We've also got the opening of the Dr. Tom Horton Free Clinic, featuring many Horton family members home for the ribbon cutting. All that is very nice, but the reason for Kayla happily announcing the launch of the free clinic could be something more sinister, because fall spoilers promise that EJ DiMera is doing something diabolical with the hospital. Around the same time that the new Horton Clinic is dedicated, we're going to get some mysterious experiments in a private lab that EJ set up at Salem University Hospital, which begs the question, is Dr. Rolf part of it? The 60th anniversary, of course, is this November, and tons of former cast members are back over the next few months. Jennifer and Jack Devereaux are in town now, but they're going to leave and then return when the Dr. Tom Horton Clinic opens its doors in Salem next month. We're also getting back Rourke Critchlow as Mike Horton, Bryan Dattilo as Lucas Horton, Marie Cheatham as Marie Horton, and Stephen Schnetzer as Steve Olson. They're all back for the clinic opening, which should be pretty close, but not right up against the 60th anniversary celebratory episodes. Plus, Christopher Sean is back as Paul Narita. Colton Little as Andrew Donovan. Chandler Massey is back as Will Horton. And guess who else is back? We've got Sal Stowers and Layman Archie back as Lonnie and Eli Grant. They head back to Salem to visit family. We also know Greg Vaughn, who of course plays Eric Brady, and Eric's twin, Sammy Brady, played by Allison Sweeney, are all back for these huge November episodes. And with EJ and Sammy's sister Belle Black on the outs, I wonder if we're going to get any spark between Sammy and EJ. You never know, but what we do know is Hurricane Sammy never stays too long. Now, with Kristen sentenced to 6 years behind bars, sacrificing herself to protect the real shooter, her daughter Rachel Black, despite this seeming like closure, it's not. Things are far from settled and far from over. Despite Marlena and Brady's best efforts, there is more trauma ahead for little Rachel. Spoilers confirm that Kristen's unstable daughter lashes out and somebody's life is at risk as a result. Now, hopefully it's not Rachel getting a gun and coming back to finish off EJ. And it also seems likely that part of this spiral occurs after Rachel remembers that she is the real shooter. And there is also a rumor going around that Brady and Kristen's daughter winds up in Bayview for a period of time to cover Alice Halsey's exit to work on the Little House on the Prairie reboot. We should see Rachel exit closer to November, though, because she reportedly hasn't filmed since May. Also expect to see Kristen in Statesville, but not for 6 years. Her fortunes will shift and she will be a free woman, legally or illegally, before too long. We've also got more action with Marlena's very bad dreams as her health crisis grows much worse. Also this fall, won't be too much longer until Sophia Choi and Melinda Trask's fake adoption scheme blows up because Brady Black won't stop until he finds out the truth about the adoption. But with Steve Johnson on the case, it should happen sooner rather than later. Also get ready for more jealousy coming from Sophia towards Holly. You know, already Sophia has snaked that job at the pub to be close to Tate. And soon, Sophia creeps into Holly's dorm room to take inappropriate photos of her ex-bestie while she sleeps. And you know this is all some kind of plot to try and mess her and Tate up. Plus, Johnny DiMera is Salem University's newest adjunct professor in the film department. I wonder if some hottie co-ed may try to seduce the hunky Professor DiMera, maybe to get an A in his class while Chanel is busy thinking about adoption. Also, Johnny is on board with restarting the adoption process, but there are speed bumps. His recent arrest for attempted murder may get them rejected by prospective parents. However, little Tesoro is going to be up for adoption soon, and that's the baby they were planning to get all along. This fall, look for Kat and Chad to grow closer, and he's going to face a mountain of backlash from Julie, Jack, and Jennifer. They hate that Chad is even friends with Kat, but if they start a romantic relationship, the Horton Devereaux family is going to explode on him. And what's going to make things worse is that Chad and Abigail's kids actually like Kat. And their grandparents, Jack and Jen, will not appreciate that at all. So Thomas and Charlotte may also be impacted by all this drama. Plus, Kat is getting closer to EJ for reasons that Chad may not like at all. Plus, Stephanie Johnson may be stalked by a former lover that she was inspired to write about in her steamy novel, One Stormy Night. So looks like her toxic ex-boyfriend, Jeremy Horton, is heading back to town to confront Stephanie. We do know that Michael Rourke is joining Days soon, and he may be playing Jeremy. He's a fit. He's the right age. I love Michael Rourke, by the way. If you guys don't know him, you're going to love him. Tony and Gabby have the info to undo the Titan DiMera merger. Thanks to the bug that Gabby planted, they know about the Philip forgery, but if Xander hurries up and signs those co-CEO papers, that will diminish the leverage of that info. Plus, Philip and Xander found the bug that Gabby left. But the DiMeras are in danger as a new mystery kicks off this fall. And either way, Tony may get DiMera Enterprises back from the Kiriakis brothers with Gabby in the driver's seat. But both Philip and Xander are going to be furious when they find out what Gabby did. Also, expect more of estranged spouses, Xander and Sarah, hopelessly in love but unable to make things work in their marriage. Xander's getting anger management therapy, but Sarah also has some issues to deal with before they can rekindle their broken romance. Philip will play a role in Xander and Sarah's reconciliation, as Philip and Xander truly do try to be better brothers for each other. By the way, I have some leak info too. So I have also been told that there is a double kidnapping coming this fall, and get this, a prison break, and you know who that means is going to be walking out from behind bars.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.